I hope you'll forgive me if I'm a little frustrated that some of us are choosing to ignore Donald Trump's gross incompetence while asking Kamala to dazzle us at every turn. I hope that you'll forgive me if I'm a little angry that we are indifferent to his erratic behavior, his obvious mental decline, his history as a convicted felon. That being president isn't anything like reality TV. It is not an apprenticeship. And it is not just about fiery speeches or insulting tweets. It's about whether someone can handle the awesome responsibility of leading this country.
Wow, Michelle Obama just delivered a verbal knockout to Donald Trump, and the internet is absolutely buzzing. In a moment of pure elegance, she didn't hold back, calling him out directly and labeling him a weak man. And Trump? Well, he didn't take it well, not at all. His response was a full-blown digital meltdown, all-caps rants, complete chaos, and reports of his team scrambling to contain the fallout. It was a spectacle you had to see to believe. Michelle dropping truth bombs with grace while Trump unraveled in real time.
We know folks are going to do everything they can to distort her truth. My husband and I sadly know a little something about this. For years, Donald Trump did everything in his power to try to make people fear us. See, his limited, narrow view of the world made him feel threatened by the existence of two hard-working, highly educated, successful people who happen to be Black.
Before we dive deeper, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this story is about to get even wilder. Trump's obsession with the Obamas, it's like a bad sequel that just won't end. No matter how many times he claims he's moved on, the second Michelle so much as breathes, he's right back in the trenches, foaming at the mouth and scrambling to discredit her like it's his full-time job. It's a cycle that never seems to stop, and honestly, it's getting exhausting to watch. Buckle up, because this drama is far from over.
We have a candidate for president who over the course of his lifetime, in the course of this campaign, has said things about women that are so shocking that I simply will not repeat anything here today. It has shaken me to my core in a way that I couldn't have predicted. This was a powerful individual speaking freely and openly about sexually predatory behavior and actually bragging about kissing and groping women, using language so obscene that many of us were worried about our children hearing it when we turn on the TV.
And here's the real kicker. Michelle doesn't even have to stoop to insults or throw shade. She doesn't even have to acknowledge him. Just standing there, radiating grace, intelligence, and genuine respect is enough to send him into a tailspin. Imagine dedicating your entire life to chasing admiration, only to realize that true respect can't be bought. While Trump screams into the void about rigged elections and imaginary conspiracies, Michelle just keeps soaring, signing massive book deals, locking in Netflix partnerships, and earning a level of respect he couldn't buy even if he threw every last campaign dollar at it. It's a masterclass in poise, and honestly, it's a joy to watch.
I am sick of all the chaos and the nastiness of our politics. It's exhausting. And frankly, it's depressing. So I understand wanting to shut it all out.
And the best part, she doesn't even have to lift a finger to rattle him. Because deep down, Michelle knows one undeniable truth. Nothing sends Trump into a tailspin faster than a woman who refuses to crumble. His entire persona is built on one thing, constant validation. But Michelle? She doesn't chase it. She doesn't need to. And that fact alone drives him up the wall. It's almost poetic. While he's throwing tantrums about unfair treatment on social media, Michelle is out here actually making a difference, empowering young women, fighting for education, and showing the world what true leadership looks like, all without ever having to beg for applause. And the best part, she does it all with an effortless grace that makes Trump's forced bravado look even more ridiculous. It's a beautiful contrast, And honestly, it's what the world needs to see. Every time Michelle gives a speech about resilience, compassion, or unity, Trump acts like she just read his worst Yelp review live on national television. His reaction isn't just insecurity, it's full-blown panic. No matter how many rallies he throws, how many slogans he slaps on cheap merch, or how many times he pretends to care about the people, he'll never have what Michelle has: credibility. And here's the real irony. While Trump constantly demands loyalty, begs for praise, and throws tantrums when he doesn't get it, Michelle earns it effortlessly. She doesn't need to shout, bully, or manipulate. She just is authentic, dignified, and impactful. And that's the kind of leadership that leaves a lasting legacy, not just noise.
These last 8 years, in his first term alone, Barack had to rescue our economy from the worst crisis since the Great Depression. He had to make the call to take out Osama bin Laden, respond to devastating natural disasters like Hurricane Sandy, and so much more. So when it comes to the qualifications we should demand in a president, to start with, we need someone who'll take the job seriously.
People don't need to be convinced to respect Michelle Obama. They just do. And that reality, it eats Trump alive. Because deep down, he knows that no matter how loud he screams into his echo chamber, Michelle will always outshine him without even breaking a sweat. This isn't new. It's been the same story since 2016. Trump sees someone with actual intelligence, dignity, and global influence, and suddenly he's spiraling, ranting online like a teenager who just got his Xbox taken away. But Michelle? Oh, she's on a whole different level of infuriating for him. She's everything he's not: respected, accomplished, and most importantly, completely unbothered by his existence. And that's the part that really drives him insane. Trump thrives on attention. Good, bad, it doesn't matter as long as people are talking about him. But Michelle? She doesn't even give him the courtesy of acknowledgement. She doesn't waste time on petty spats or social media meltdowns. She just speaks, drops facts, and walks away, leaving Trump in the dust, furiously typing out his latest all-caps rant. And the worst part for him? Michelle doesn't just have fans, she has legacy-defining influence. While Trump's supporters constantly need reassurance that he's still relevant, Michelle's impact speaks for itself. She's out here shaping policy, leading powerful initiatives, and setting the standard for grace under pressure. While Trump struggles to remember which of his lawsuits he's supposed to be in court for next. No matter how many times he tries to rewrite history, Michelle stands as the ultimate reminder of everything he will never be. She's the embodiment of class, substance, and real leadership, qualities Trump can't buy, bully, or fake. And that's why, no matter how hard he tries, he'll always be chasing her shadow.
If you remember when I met with Obama, his wife was very nasty to me the other day. That was not nice. She was very nasty. She said nasty things. I was always very respectful of her, but she got up there, which shows you how nervous they are about what's happening. But she was nasty 2 days ago. She got up and said some bad things she shouldn't have said. They were wrong, too.
To you, those folks just aren't very smart and seem somehow less deserving. And if you think this way, then it's easy to see this country as us versus them.
And let's be real. His rage posts are where the true comedy gold happens. He fires off wild, all-caps declarations, sounding like a malfunctioning robot programmed to scream about fake news. Some days, he even drags in random celebrities, politicians, or whatever might get people talking. 1 minute, he's ranting about Michelle Obama. The next, he's blaming low shower pressure or the price of hamburgers for his downfall. But here's the kicker. No matter how many times he rants, deflects, or throws tantrums across the internet, the reality doesn't change. Michelle Obama doesn't even acknowledge his existence. She's out here doing real work, writing bestsellers, inspiring millions, while Trump is pacing around a Mar-a-Lago banquet hall, shouting into a microphone about how unfairly he's been treated. And just like that, the cycle repeats, like a bad sitcom rerun that no one asked for. He takes the bait every single time like clockwork. No matter how much power, money, or gold-plated furniture he surrounds himself with, he still can't handle being outclassed by someone who doesn't even have to try.